Good morning, everyone. Tom, aka Nostradamus. How does the saying go? Another day, another dollar. Live streaming from Boca Chica, or what is it? Boca Rica, Boca Chica. Where's SpaceX launch from? Boca something in Texas. Anyway, I don't know if you all watched the SpaceX launch. It was another exciting launch. Blew up on re-entry, rapid. What a rapid something disassembly. Like anyway, yeah, man, I love watching those SpaceX launches. They are really exciting. They almost bring tears to your eyes when they land. The last one was much more exciting. It landed, then it went boom. This one went boom, I think, on the landing or right before the landing. Anyway, what is going on in the stock market? Is it crashing like SpaceX? What is going on in Bitcoin? Bitcoin's pumping. Let's hop on over to the desktop. See how is everyone doing? Be sure to hit them like buttons. Be sure to hit them subscribe buttons. Bitcoin, man, waking up another day. It's up. There was a CME gap we discussed yesterday. It does not look like that is in place. That even show up on the chart anymore? It doesn't look like it does. Did it fill yesterday? I don't think it did. Chart's looking a little weird. 29th. Yeah, maybe it did fill. I don't know. Bill Tucker in the house. How you doing? Good morning. We'll try and make this a quick one. You got to go to do some blood things. Go to the lab, give some blood. Want to get there before the line gets crazy. It is 6:30 in the morning though, and then you got to go to work. You got to get to that daily grind. Let's get to this daily crypto and stock market grind. So Bitcoin is up over 59,000. It's continuing to move up. We see. And it's back above the trend line. So yesterday, discussed the trend line that is now resistance, in my opinion. Hit right up against it, wicked above it, couldn't hold it, but now we are above it today. So hopefully we can stay above it. If we can stay above it, I do think we can go up to, I mean, if you're a day trader or a swing trader in April, I mean, it looks like, maybe it looks like the last time it only got about halfway up the channel, but you get enough good news, you get say the ETF gets announced or something like that. I think it's potential, right? By the end of April, even the end of April, we could see 80, 90,000, it could wick above that. My gut feeling is, we'll probably get into the 70,000s. I don't see why we wouldn't. And then do we start playing the futures expiration, options expiration? History would dictate if you are a swing or day trader, you would start shorting it about a week or two into it. Funny thing about the market, though, it'll humble you, and you can't always, just because it happened, that goes with cycles too. Just because it happened the last 2 or 3 cycles doesn't mean that's going to happen again. The big boys will do the opposite just to trap you. Anyway, let's take a look at the stock market. It was not pretty. It looks like the futures are down big. Who the hell is George Tung? So George Tung says 100K by end of April. I think you're right. Yeah. I don't know who built George Tung is. And there's plenty of hype people out there. Plenty of people. But dude, no one knows. No one knows, man. And the adoption's coming. The adoption train has left the tracks. There's going to be some ups. There's going to be some downs. Is 100K possible? Of course, right? Again, if the ETF gets announced, or some big, the ETF plus some big companies announce, it could happen. I personally would not like to see 100K in April, just because it's just too much volatility. Volatility to the upside is just it's just as torture. Just as much torture as it is to the downside, because if it skyrockets up, sometimes it could skyrocket up to 100K, but if it does, that means we're likely to get a huge, a bigger pullback is likely, or longer consolidation periods, I guess. I'm happy with 70, 65, 70K, 75K, right? 80K, and then maybe it's just going to continue to do that, right? It's going to go up, it's going to consolidate, it's going to go down, it's going to go back up. I'd rather it be a smoother ride. I guess, I don't know. I mean, if it were to go to 100K and hold, obviously that would be ideal. And then to the 150K, I'm trying not to be greedy, right? So my expectations of this crypto market, pull up the spreadsheet, see how I'm doing. I haven't looked at this in a bit. We're back up to 73% profit. Actually, it's more than that. I just put this stable coin in there just to kind of see my overall totals. So I'm up about 78%, up about 176 grand. Okay, nothing to complain about. So I'd like to see that just to continue to go up at a nice small pace. I don't need astronomical gains too quick. Again, I mean, I'm a good 10 months away before most of this becomes long-term capital gains. So, I mean, it's seriously a first world, first high-class problem. If this were to 10x, in the next 5 months, then what do I do, right? Because 10x in the next 5 months would be a huge move. It's potential in cryptocurrency. I mean, that would be a lot of money. We're talking about $10 trillion plus dollars. So a lot of people touting these 10x figures, you know, Bitcoin to 500,000 by the end of the year. Even by the end of the year, what is that, like 7-8 months? Dude, I mean, do we really think 10 trillion's coming into this market in the next 10 months? I don't know, guys. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. So we'll just have to see. I don't know if this logarithmic movement can continue, right? At the stock to flow, this time it's 10 million. Next cycle, it's 100 million. At a certain point, the money has to be there. So I'm a bit less of a moon boy, a little bit more of a realist. Look, if it happens, Bitcoin's 100 million by 2030. Obviously, I'm not going to be complaining. I mean, I guess if having too much money is something that you can complain about, I'm sure there's people out there find a reason. Oh, I only have 100 million. I need to have 100 billion, right? So anyway, how's the stock market has been open for 3 minutes. The futures, the NASDAQ was down about 100 points, still hovering around 100 points. That's not good for the good kids. I'll say it. If I said it once, I've said it a million times. We do not want a collapse in the stock market. All you got to do, yeah, man. Stop watching all cryptocurrency YouTubers except for a select few, right? And take them with a grain of salt. They do a lot of hyping, doing a lot of clickbaity titles. I don't know, man. Like, especially, you got to do you. If there's certain things, I'm more of a conservative. Let's just play it smart, you know, do the same thing in the stock market. Let's play it smart. Let's just try and get the modest gains. And if we're over in cryptocurrency getting 3 to 10x, man, that is a great way to make life-changing wealth. If you're out there hunting for 1,000x's, 10,000x's, I mean, you can lose it just as fast. So keep dollar cost averaging into your good ones. I have to keep reminding one of my friends quite frequently. He knows who he is. He might even be in the channel. He may not right now. I just telling him last night, man, he's always asking me what to buy. And I'm like, stop hitting grand slams on some crap coin and continue to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, and Polkadot. And maybe a little sprinkling of BNB if you want, right? Long term, those are going to be around and those are going to go up. Even if it's only up 10x in the next 5 years, I mean, that is a lot of gains. 10x, well, life-changing wealth for pretty much anyone, no matter how much you put in. And if you continue to, like I've talked a million times, watch your expenses. Don't go blow all your money at the bars or eating, you know, dining out all the time. If you don't have the money, right, get your credit cards paid off, get your bills in check. For me, one of the best things I did to improve my financial situation is look at my expenses with something like Truebill. There's other ones out there, Personal Capital. Saw what I was spending on fast food. Got my credit cards to zero. That's a must. That's tough. If you haven't started the credit card debt, just do everything you can to avoid it. It is a trap. get them bad boys to zero. I use my credit cards just to earn points, right? I make sure I pay them off all the time, constantly paying them off. Watch your expenses. Do things like once you get your car paid off, man, and then try and go. You don't have to upgrade your car. They come calling. They came calling me, hey, Tom, we could put you in a, I got a Kia Optima in 2012. The phone call started about 3-4 years later. Hey, Tom, how would you like to get in a brand new Kia? We'll keep your payments the same. I'm like, how about you piss off, buddy, right? I know what that means. I'm just sucking on that monthly teat for an extra 2 or 3 years. My car's running fine. It's getting me to A to B. The air conditioner works. The stereo system is amazing. Now I've been rocking no car payments for, I don't know, like 3 years now. I'm gonna try and get another 3 out of it before if that thing, there will be a point if it breaks down, I'll be like, man, I don't feel like spending $3 to $5 grand to fix this. I'll just go get my Tesla now, I guess. But as of right now, instead of spending $500 a month on a car payment, it's $500 a month I'm putting in a cryptocurrency, right? If that $500 a month is a modest 10x, right now, that's a modest $5 grand a month I'm potentially making. Plus what I'm making off staking in things like Polkadot, 12%. So Cardano, 5%. Bitcoin, 5% over on BlockFi. Speaking of BlockFi, I'm a little angry with BlockFi. I'm starting to get more on the Voyager tip. I do like Voyager. I don't know if I have my link down below in the description. If I don't, I need to get that added. But so Voyager took a really long time for me to get approved, though my friend got approved right away. So maybe they're cleaning that up. It is a good platform. There's no fees, but I think it's hidden fees. Like the bid ask might be a little bit higher on your Bitcoin or whatever when you buy it. I'm not sure on that. Do your own due diligence. But you can earn, just like BlockFi, you can earn a high percentage on all your stuff. BlockFi recently changed anything over 1 Bitcoin. It goes from like 5.25 or whatever it is down to 2. So that was a bit frustrating because I have more than 1 Bitcoin over there. So I'm even considering moving it all to Voyager. I have heard the Voyager CEO talk on, I think, Meet Kevin and a few other places. He talks a good game. He says he uses good partners. So there is counterparty risk to these places like BlockFi because they're lending your money out. Now, if there's a colossal squeeze or something, it is riskier, right? Though I'm willing to take that risk right now. And again, that stuff's not insured. So BlockFi has insurance. I'm unsure about Voyager, to be honest. I think they do. I'm not sure. But I didn't. So the things I do like about Voyager is, one, they don't have that limitation as far as I can tell on the amount of Bitcoin. I don't think there's a max where they drop it down. And Voyager is much, much, much more liquid, right? Voyager, you can get your money out like almost immediately, where BlockFi, they'll play a few games like, it's going to take 5 days and you got to take it out. And then anything over 1 per month, there's like extra fees. So I'm starting to sour on BlockFi a bit, though it's still really good. It's a really good way to get money on your crypto. Another thing I like about Voyager is it has a pretty good selection of coins. You can get Cardano on there. You can get Polkadot on there. Polkadot's kind of limited to where you can buy. So Polkadot you can get on there. One of the downsides, though, that I recently discovered thanks to my friend, I don't know, man, you can't transfer your Polkadot out. You can transfer everything else out, but you can't transfer your Polkadot out, which is kind of annoying. On Voyager, you get 8% on your Polkadot. On Kraken, an exchange I do like a lot, you get 12%. So all my Polkadot's on, 99% of my Polkadot's on Kraken. But one of the downsides to Kraken is it's hard to get money over there. You have to transfer it over and pay fees, or you have to do a wire transfer. And they don't have as far as I know, I don't think they have a way to recur buy. So I continue to buy $50, I think, or $25 a Polkadot every week. Dollar cost averaging into it. It's a product I love, a project I love. It and Ethereum, I think, are getting ready to moon here pretty soon. Ethereum, because of the roll-ups and all this stuff, and EIP 1559 that they're working on, that it's just a few months out. There may be delays, but I think, Ethereum's going to do really well here in the future. Polkadot is a great project. They got the parachain auctions coming up. They got a lot of good projects. They got an amazing founder, just like Cardano. Even Charles from Cardano has said Gavin Wood's a much better mathematician than Vitalik. You need more than math, right? You need some business. But it's a great project, and I think Polkadot's going to moon here pretty soon. I think Polkadot could easily see a 2 to 3x by this summer, right? By like June, July. I do think by June, July in general, we could see a pretty decent move in crypto. Fingers crossed. And by decent move, I mean Bitcoin over 100,000, 110,000. I'd be very happy with that. I know a lot of you new people getting into it, and it's a volatile ride. If you're looking to get rich overnight, it's not quite that easy. I mean, it can be, but for the most part, it's not quite that easy. The volatility will check you. You've just got to enter the market, and I've said this a million times, with an amount you can afford to lose. Put it in, don't worry about it, and just hold. Just hold it. It may take, again, there could be moves, and there will be people that come in that will become millionaires overnight, right? They time it just right. They YOLO in with, like, say, 100 grand, and at 10x's, like, they hit a parabolic move. Next thing you know, they're rich, right? But then they're going to be paying short-term capital gains, which will kill you. And it's hard, man. Like, when you get out, you're not going to be able to time the market. I don't care what anyone says. So it's no different than if you're a stock investor, man. Just whether you lump some in the beginning, or you just keep dollar cost averaging in, just keep dollar cost averaging. And this should be a multi-year venture for you. This isn't an overnight thing. If you start now, the adoption is still extremely early. Someone was just tweeted the other day that only like 1% of the world's into Bitcoin. And I said, well, that argument can go either way, right? Like, that's a pretty low adoption rate. But, I mean, the adoption's coming. We can see it. Sans, like anything, like the United States government banning Bitcoin, which in the short term, that would probably cause a collapse, although I don't know if it would hold. But just start buying, and then think about it like this way. I mean, unless you're dying tomorrow, you got time. Like, enjoy life, and then 4 or 5 years you've got life-changing wealth. D-Mac in the house. How you doing, brother? Like, subscribe, bell button. Did my stream stop? I see the wheel spinning. Oh, all right. Looks like let's LFG, brother. LFG. Any vibe on the graph? Scott, good morning. How you doing? Yeah, man, I've been talking about the graph quite a bit the past week. I'm kind of kicking myself for not taking my own advice, because when the graph was down to like $1.40, $1.30, I'm like, dude, you got to buy this, man. But I'd already recently bought a decent amount of graph at, like, when it was $1.70. Got in a bit early. I should have continued to buy it. That's one of the best ways to make money in cryptocurrency, is you don't FOMO into stuff when it's pumping. You go find great projects that are getting their ass handed to them. And the graph was getting their ass handed to them, and it's an amazing project. The graph is going to be around a long time. It's got a lot of utility. Unfortunately, I've already got a ton of freaking money in cryptocurrency, so I don't have a lot of money to continue to buy into stuff like that. So I'm kind of good with my graph position for now. If it were to dip back down again, maybe I would consider buying it, because I do continue to add, I don't know, about $500 to $1,000 a month into cryptocurrency. I tend to focus most of that on Bitcoin, Cardano, Polkadot, and Ethereum. The one non-major altcoin that I've been putting my money into a lot lately is Decentraland. I think Decentraland is going to be, I think that one is the one that has the potential to be 100x, even 1000x, right? From where it's at now, I think that one is going to the moon. I think that one is going to be a massive, massive project. Here's the thing, though, I could be wrong. And I'm putting in like $25 a week, right? So it's very overall, Decentraland is still less than one. I don't know. Let's take a look. I haven't added any of the, but it's such a minimal amount. So right now, Decentraland's less than 1% of my portfolio. I don't know that it'll even ever go over 1%, to be honest, right? But it's one of the small caps I love. So the graph is pretty close at 0.3%, but I love the graph. And this is the stuff that I love, right? Well, I don't have any Aave. I did, but I got rid of it. I got Sarah on it. But this is the stuff I love. And DMAC, shout out to DMAC. I am dollar cost averaging into Ontology now. I don't know, it's like $25 or $50 a month, right? I do love this project. I think this is an amazing project that, I mean, this is one of the best use cases for cryptocurrency. But they're gonna have to, you know, it's like a lot of these SPACs in the stock market. They sound amazing, but the rubber's gonna have to meet the road, and they're gonna have to get governments, and I think they've already kind of gotten some governments. I'm not sure, I haven't done a lot of research on them. But I love the project. I love DMAC, so I'm dollar cost averaging into this small amount every month. And again, for the most part, Cardano is my biggest bag. It's my favorite. Bitcoin and Ethereum are right there. And then Polkadot. So that's like, what is that? Bitcoin's 25%. So Cardano's 32%. Ethereum's 27%. Ethereum's obviously been a bit of a letdown. This can't be right. I'm finally starting to get a decent percentage on my Ethereum. So I'm about 41%. That one was lagging quite a bit recently. I do think Ethereum can maybe start getting to this Bitcoin February 14th prediction of $2,500 this month. If Bitcoin can get to that 75,000 handle, I think Ethereum could see 2,500 to 3,000. I think Ethereum could really push above that if you know, the hype starts coming, the roll-ups start working, the EIP 1559. There's even chatter of getting ETH 2.0 out there a bit quicker. So, and the total lock value on Ethereum is still really high. Engine's another one that I like a lot. eGold, I like that one a decent amount. I only have 10 eGold. I have it in the eGold wallet. I have it, you can stake it and get really high, good percentages on it. I'm in the waiting pool, so I have to wait for someone to like unstake or something, which, I mean, I don't know how likely that is. As I've mentioned recently, 75% of Cardano is staked, which is an amazing high percentage. So it's one of the, Cardano is easily one of my best favorite plays on the board. They've got so much going for them. The Charles Hoskinson's amazing dude. He's got a really good business mindset, really good mathematician. He's doing a lot of really good things with the project. He's doing a lot of really good things with governments in Africa and Europe. A lot of good projects coming, NFTs coming, Alfonso smart contracts coming at the end of April. I would be highly surprised if Cardano doesn't breach $2 in April. Just a prediction. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I think Cardano has a really good chance of breaking $2 this month. Cardano also has a chance of having a 50% pullback. So that is not a green light to go sell your house and your car and put it all into Cardano. That's just my thoughts. And I'm already up 163% on it. So if Cardano doesn't reach $2, it's not going to be the end of the world for me, right? If you're just now getting in, Cardano's already had a massive pump. It's up like 10x in the last 2 or 3 months, right? That doesn't mean that the train's going to necessarily stop, but it is like the 3rd, 4th, or 5th. It keeps fighting with Polkadot and Binance and Tether on whether it's the 3rd to the 4th, 5th, 6th market cap. It does take a lot of money to move Cardano. It takes roughly $32 billion, because there's 32 billion coins, to move Cardano $1 now. I mean, that first dollar, right? It only took, say when Cardano was 16 cents, it only took like, I don't know, a few billion to double it, right? Now it takes $32 billion to move it from $1 to $2. And from $2 to $4 would be what, like another $64 billion. So a lot of people get trapped in, oh, this coin's cheap, it's only 5 cents, or it's only $1. It can easily go, if it's only $1, it can easily go to $10. Well, for Cardano, that's $1 to $10 is 9 times 270, like a little over, close to a third of $1 trillion, right? So it takes a lot of money to start moving it. That is one of the big reasons why I do like Decentraland Mana. Man, I played the game. It's got a lot of addicting things to it that people are going to get addicted to and like. I mean, a lot of things like social aspect. People, like there's this area where you could go mine rocks and get, I don't know, like metals and stuff. And a lot of people just go there and hang out and talk, just shoot the shit, right? And then you mine rocks and you can gather these materials to make like cool clothes and stuff, right? And I think that is going to expand on a lot. Its market cap is only like $2 billion. What is it? What? Yeah. What? All right. So yeah, $1.6 billion, relatively low. I mean, let's pull it up real quick. So that's why I think this one has the potential to 100x. Not necessarily this market cycle, but by like 2025. That's possible. And that's one of the reasons it is the small cap that I continue to dollar cost average into. Just a small amount. But at $100 a month, at $25 every week, if that 100x's, man, what is that? That's eventually like $10,000 a month in the next 4 years, right? That I've just been adding to my bag. And you can earn interest on it in a few spots. I'm not sure where the best spot is. It might be on Voyager. And I think Voyager is where I'm dollar cost averaging into it now. I was doing it on Gemini. You can earn like 1.8% on Gemini. It's a small amount, but it's I mean, interest is interest, right? If you can get it, get it. And I was pounding the table on this one, and it dipped down to around 70, 80 cents. I'm like, man, this is one of this one in the graph. Batter, I'm sorry, man, I know I'm butchering it. Metal, I saw that trending. I'm not really sure. I looked at that one. I'm not really, it's on my radar now. So banning, yeah, I agree with you, banning Bitcoin. Dude, HODL, oh my goodness, we got another one. Komodo, XEM, XLM, on and be a millionaire. I'm gonna have to look into those. So I'm thinking of NIM. I have some XLM, just a small amount. How much do I have? I like XLM. I mean, they're in bed with banking, right? So I think that's a big claim. Let me switch to my desktop. I don't know what's in my notepad. All right, so it's on a different screen. I'm gonna look into Komodo Dragon, huh? Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. I'll have to look into it. But I do have some XLM. I have like half of it on Celsius earning interest. I've just been too lazy to move the rest over there. I don't even know if XLM's on Voyager. I should check that out. I got starting to get crypto sprawl where I have some here, some there, right? It's getting a lot of hand. But Decentraland. Let me finish up, focus on this. Where are we at? So Decentraland. These are some things I love, man. So max supply is 2 billion. Roughly about 60-70% of that's already out there. I think they have burning happening just by the way transactions happening. But this one easily, this is why I think this could easily 100x. This could, I don't know about easily, but 10x is definitely on the table. 10 to 30x I think is on the table this year. On the table, depending on how NFT craze and things like that go. So this is the small cap alt gem that I'm betting on the most. And again, it's still just a small amount. You saw it was less than 1% of my portfolio. But this one has the potential to just freaking explode. So even 100x in the next 5 years, right? That would only put it at $160 billion market cap. That's chump change, man. So that's definitely on the table. And again, it's got so much going for it. It's a metaverse, social aspects. You can gamble. You can play blackjack. You can play Slots, I think, are on there. Low, when I checked them, it said they were out of order. I don't know how and even the blackjack and the roulette. I mean, the roulette is a pretty, I guess, safe thing, though. I mean, how does that regulated, right? How do we know how much that thing's not rigged? I do know I'm a pretty freaking good blackjack player. I can hold my own, right? I don't necessarily lose my ass, and quite often I can win. I was playing blackjack and I was just getting my ass handed to me nonstop. And you know, I know how to count cards. I like what's their deck size. You know, anyway, I don't want to go off on tangents too much about that. You can get interest on ontology as well. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's on. Oh, come on, guys, hit that like button. Like, subscribe, bell button. I haven't watched my boy Ivan in a while. How's he doing? What's his shtick? What's his current Ethereum projections? The last time I was on there, it was like, so ontology is where I'm dollar cost averaging in Voyager. And it does not look like they offer interest on that one. So where can you get interest on that one? I'll have to check that out. XLM, and I don't know anything about XEM. I'll have to look into that. XLM's the bro from Ripple, right? Like he left Ripple with like 9 billion coins, and he knows all the bankers and stuff. I'm not saying this is gospel. This is just kind of what I know. And XLM's got their hooks into the banking system and Coinbase Capital Ventures and all that, I believe, right? So I definitely like XLM. Oh yeah, no problem, DMAC, no problem. Again, focus on the road. Stop typing. You better only be typing at like stoplights and shit, man. All right, I do need to wrap this up. I need to get to the labs, get my blood done. Let's do a quick wrap up. I'm sure not much has changed since we got this going. Bitcoin's now down below 59,000. It's hovering right around that support resistance line. We'll have to see what happens here. Let's see what the dollar's doing. The dollar is up 37 cents. That's barely even worth talking about. Let's see what's going on in the NASDAQ. It shows down. It's down about $3 on the QQQ. So let's see what the future's doing. Future's down about 120. So it's bled another 20 points. Again, I think this is going to be a sideways consolidation of the NASDAQ for a very long time with potential continued bleeding to the downside. This may be a negative year in the NASDAQ, though. I'm more inclined to believe that the bids are starting to happening here pretty soon. We are going to see a bit of an upturn in the market again, I think. It's tough, though. We just kind of got through earnings season. So I don't know how much the next earnings season is going to reflect. A lot of people going out and spending their money. A lot of people are getting their vaccinations. My second shot comes in 2 weeks. A lot of people are looking to get out there and start spending money. I mean, it's already kind of happening. The weather's getting nice. You see a lot of people out there vacationing, things like that. A lot of people have been saving as much money as they can. Me, I'm just going to continue to save and continue to invest in cryptocurrency. I'm not really champing at the bit to go out there and blow my money on a bunch of stuff I don't need. I'm just going to continue for now to continue to invest in cryptocurrency. And in that way, in the next 2 to 3 to 5 years, I won't have to worry about crap. You know what I'm saying? But I do think the stock market should at least start seeing an uptick here pretty soon. I'm not saying it's coming this week. I'm not saying it's coming next week. I am not hoping for a stock market crash. Like a lot of crypto people say, the end of the stock market is inevitable. It's coming, right? The dollar, hyperinflation, blah, blah, blah. Again, if the stock market crashes, crypto is going with it. So do not be rooting for a stock market crash. Because if the end of the world, if the end of the stock market's happening, even hyperinflation, man, it's going to cause mass panic. People are going to be most illogical people are going to be like, man, I gotta be liquid with cash. I don't want my money in anything but like cash in my hand. And it's going to cause ripples in all markets, crypto included. Eshan Rastami, I'm sure I butchered that. How you doing, brother? Come on, guys. 2 likes. Like, subscribe, bell button. OGN was 0.8 for a few days ago. Now it's $2. It will reach. I don't know that I know that one. Let me put that on my thing. So I'm not a huge into like getting into a bunch of altcoins, especially coins I don't know a lot about. I'm an old school tech. I'm an old school stock options and futures guy. I've been burned in penny stocks, crap stocks, things like that over my long term. I've taken the things that I've learned into the stock market, into the cryptocurrency market, and while I don't mind betting on some very cheap things, I still kind of try and keep it a bit more conservative. Unlike most YouTubers out there wanting to get clicks, I don't really care. I'm 100% serious. I may hit my 1,000 subscribers and just delete the channel. I mean, I don't really want to do that, but at the same time, I'm not looking to be a billionaire. I'm not looking to be the next Graham Stephan or Meet Kevin or even Big Boy for that matter. I don't want to be the biggest crypto channel on YouTube. I just want to come out and hang with you guys and talk about cryptocurrency, talk about the stock markets, and try and make a little money. You know, have a little fun during the day. So investing, and I've shown my portfolio a few times today. I've always been transparent about everything I'm in. This is the crypto I'm in. I've already got a tremendous amount of money in cryptocurrency, a tremendous amount of money. Like a common sane person would be taking a lot of this money out, because this is hands down like more money than I've ever had in my life by a lot. And it's at risk. It's out there in cryptocurrency and it's at risk. So pretty soon I got to start taking profits. But no, man, I think the train's still early. I think we're in for a long ride. I do think this cycle is not going to come crashing down like the last few ones. I don't think history is going to repeat itself. Institutional buying is going to be big for it. We've already seen it with liquidity. We've already seen it so far. Like the last down move was only like 15%. It wasn't 30%. It wasn't 40% like the last cycles. The first big dip was 30%. This last one's 15-ish. We'll have to see what happens in April. It is likely there will be a dip starting around the middle of April. There's going to be a lot of liquidations, probably to the long side. That's the thing, man. People, and I say it day in and day out, don't leverage trade, man. You're going to get oh, don't even get me started. Big Boy did a video on, all right, I'm going to get this out real quick. Big Boy keeps talking about how you shouldn't be able to short Bitcoin futures. It's bogus. It's BS, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, look, bro, that's, in my opinion, that's a respectable way to trade. Hedging, and I've talked about this all the time, that is how you hedge. That is how it's been done in the stock market for years, right? There's like people doing it. Some of the stuff he said is true, like obviously manipulation and some of the things hedge funds do. But you can't complain about being able to short futures when you can 100x leverage trade in cryptocurrency, both sides, right? And he does it. So stop your crying, Big Boy. It's part of the game, right? And there's nothing illegal about it. Anyway, rant off. I don't even know what I was talking about. So I'll check into OGN. I don't know much about it. I'm going to be honest. Like, I can take a quick look. I'm not really looking to buy any. I'm only doing like small amounts now, and I'm not looking to move any of my cryptocurrency around. Like, that's one of the things I wanted to get into, some of the Binance pancake stuff. I'm not necessarily looking to put my stuff into liquidity pools, because the whole impermanent loss thing just makes my head spin and head hurt, and I don't want to deal with that. Man, it's going to be a short stream, and you guys just I can't stop rambling. Man, guys, I got to go. But let me look at OGN real quick. Origin, yeah, I've heard about this. George talks about this quite a bit, I think. I don't know much about it. Let's see. Trading volume, where's it? Origin, business platform. Yeah, I think I've heard good things about this. I'll look a bit into this more. It's only on Binance, so this doesn't look like it's really easy for anyone to buy in the United States. Anyway, thanks for shouting that out. I love you guys. See you tomorrow. Peace.